Controversial arrest went viral. About 150 people rallied tonight demanding justice and accountability. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Curtis.
And I'm Kristen Dickerson. We'll get back to that protest in just a moment. But first, some context. By now, you've probably seen the video. It's been viewed more than 1 million times. We want to walk you through the pivotal moments. The video begins with a woman named Jacqueline Craig telling an officer that a neighbor grabbed and choked her 7-year-old son for littering. The officer then says,
"Why did you get your son off the litter?"
He can't prove to me that my son littered, but it doesn't matter if he did or didn't. It doesn't give him the right to put his hands on it.
Then you see a girl, we're told is Craig's 15-year-old daughter, stepping in. The officer grabs her and things escalate into a physical struggle involving several people. Craig and the 15-year-old are handcuffed. People off camera start shouting and cursing. Eventually, the officer arrests a third person, Rhea Hyman, who recorded video on her cell phone. Now, a few more things that we should mention. In the video, the officer points a taser, but he doesn't shoot it. The full video is about 6 minutes long, but the portion showing the arrests is only about 90 seconds. And we want to be clear, we don't know what happened before or after that recording.
So here's where things stand right now. The Fort Worth Police Department is not naming that officer, but we know he is on restricted duty, and the department is investigating what happened. This afternoon, Craig and her 2 daughters were released from jail. So far, there are no charges against the neighbor accused of choking Craig's son. Let's go live now to Corey Smith. He's been at that Fort Worth protest all night. Corey, things got heated tonight.
Yeah, they really did, Brian. You know, all the frustration and anger we watched build on social media all day came to a head right behind me on the steps of the old Tarrant County Courthouse. A crowd of about 150 people gathering to speak out against that officer, but also speak up for the Craig family. Take a listen.
Realize that this officer was out of line.
Now, many of the folks who spoke tonight were outraged by this video. To them, this was police brutality, and because of that, they want charges against Jacqueline Craig and her daughter dropped. They also want the city of Fort Worth to take further action against that officer. For them, restricted duty is not enough of a punishment.
We do not want this officer to resign. We want him terminated. We want the white gentleman that assaulted that 7-year-old child charged with assault.
It's time for Mayor Price and all these other people that run the city to get out from behind their desk and come out in the streets. And I'm not talking about in Saginaw where they think they're safe. I'm talking about in the neighborhoods where I grew up and act like they matter.
Now, guys, about halfway through the protest, the Craig family actually showed up, but they left shortly after when a shouting match erupted between protesters. The commotion simply too much for the family to stomach, and they were escorted away as organizers tried to get the crowd to calm down. That's when the family's attorney, Lee Merritt, took to the mic to make this plea to protesters.
Stay on fire until things change. We have to change the system, and that's going to require sustained anger, but directed anger.
Now, again, things got very heated out here, but overall, this was a peaceful protest. Fort Worth police made no arrests. We're live in Fort Worth tonight. Corey Smith, NBC 5.
Thank you, Corey. As we mentioned, the Fort Worth Police Department is investigating. They have not talked to us on camera, but they sent us this statement saying we acknowledge the initial appearance of the video may raise serious questions. We ask that our investigators are given the time and opportunity to thoroughly examine the incident. We ask our community for patience and calm. The women arrested spent the night in jail. They talked to us a few hours ago after they were released. The mother explains her reaction to the officer. Her daughter explains why she reported it.
What I felt I was doing was actually protecting my child, and it didn't happen. It made me feel less of a parent that I couldn't protect him when he needed it.
I felt it was important because we see police kill people every day on video, and that could have easily been my mother, myself, or my 15-year-old sister. That's why I felt it was the need to record it, because that could have been anybody, and that couldn't have been his taser that he pulled out. That could have been his weapon, and he could have shot.
Still some unanswered questions we're working on tonight. Who is the man accused of choking that 7-year-old boy, and will he be charged? Police were at his home earlier. We're told he called them after reporting suspicious people on his property. That's what you're seeing here, them going over the fence. Police are investigating that man's involvement in all of this. This is still a developing story. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. And if you want to see that video for yourself, we have posted it online at NBCDFW.com.
Switching gears now to